the more we practice, the more we learn. So let's solve for one more quadratic equation using the factor method. The equation we see on the screen has a little issue. It is equal to -9. And as we learned in the previous part of this lesson, quadratic equations must equal 0 in order to solve. So to be able to solve this quadratic, we need to take that -9 and move it to the other side. And how do we move that -9? Using algebra, using the opposite, the inverse operation. So if we have a -9, we do a +9 because -9 plus 9 equals 0. But we cannot just do a +9 out of nowhere. We need to also do a +9 on the left side. Now, because there are no like terms on the left side, we just get a big quadratic equation of 2x squared minus 9x plus 9. Nothing combines. But the good thing is, now this quadratic equation is equal to 0. Because it's equal to 0, we can proceed to get the factors of the quadratic. And this is exactly the same problem we factorized in part 3 of lesson 7.2. So if you want to review the factorization process, just take a look at lesson 7.2, part 3. Once we have it into factor form, we take the first parenthesis, which is x minus 3, and we set it individually equal to 0. Then we take the second parenthesis, 2x minus 3, and we also set it individually equal to 0. Remember, this is called the zero product property. When you have multiplications equal 0, each of the terms of the multiplication, you can set them individually equal to 0. Let's clean this up. And now it's just a matter of solving each of these equations independently. We start with the x minus 3 equals 0. We need to take care of the minus 3. We need to move it to the other side. We learned this in lesson 3.1, solving one-step linear equations. The inverse operation of a -3 is a +3 because that way they cancel. But if we do +3 on the left, we also have to do +3 on the right. And then we get 0 plus 3, and 0 plus 3, x equals 3. Now we take care of the other equation. This is a two-step linear equation. We learned it in lesson 3.2. We need to start with the -3, which is the number furthest from the x. So we also do +3. They cancel, but we must also do +3 on the right. 0 plus 3 gives us 3. Now we got 2x equals 3. The 2 is multiplying the x, so the inverse or the opposite of a multiplication is a division. That means we divide by 2, so we can cancel the 2 on the x. But if we divide it on the left, we also divide on the right. So 3 over 2. X equals 3 over 2. We could put it in the calculator to get 1.5. But in algebra, it is more common to leave decimals as fractions. So the two answers to these quadratic equations are x equals 3 and x equals 3 over 2.